the podcast where we talk about skills, careers, and people shaping the future of vocational training in India. And today's episode is really special because we have somebody who's shaping the future of vocational learning across the southern region of India. Today, I'm excited to welcome Mr.N.R.Aravindan sir, the Deputy Director General of Southern Region under Directorate General of Training, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Hi sir, welcome.
Namaskar.
Namaskar sir. I'm so grateful that you were able to make time for our podcast today, sir. Thank you. So today's episode, we are going to learn all about the DGT's Flexi MoU scheme. So, sir, let's get straight into it. So, what is DGT Flexi MoU scheme and why it was introduced?
See, we all might be knowing DGT runs various flagship schemes. Popular among them are CTS. We call it as a craftsman training scheme. All the ITIs, industrial training institutions across the country are being covered under this CTS scheme. And for the training of trainers, to have qualified instructors or trainers, we have another scheme called as CITS, that is Craftsman Instructor Training Scheme. The candidates who gets qualified through the CITS, they shall function as trainers or teachers in the ITIs. So these are all the two most popular schemes. Under this scheme, we run more than 14,000 ITIs across the country, wherein this CTS scheme is being implemented.
Okay.
And we have MSDEs, National Skill Training Institutions, through which we do this CITS program, Training of Trainers program. So in 2014, we thought that instead of having all these programs in an academic atmosphere, we thought of taking it to the industries. So we know all the ITI candidates or trainees, they get employed in the industries.
Yeah.
So the government thought of having, why not to have that industry atmosphere before they are being engaged in the industries. Thinking that in line, in 2014, we have come out with this another new scheme called as a Flexi MoU scheme. That is Flexible Memorandum of Understanding between the industry and the DGT.
Okay.
So this is how we have brought in. The main purpose is to make or to have that skill development training programs being run in the industry itself, not in the academic place or the regular classroom.
Correct.
We wanted to have that training program being done in the industries.
Yeah, so that the trainees can have experience.
Yes, right.
Of the industry.
Yes, they shall have that environment, industry environment, they shall have from the day one itself.
True.
And these, say how we call as industrial training institutions, ITIs, MSDEs, like that, the industry who come forward to run such a Flexi MoU program, they are being called as industrial training partners. They are being designated as ITPs.
Right.
So ITPs are those industries who come forward to conduct programs similar to ITI, but in the industry. So this is the main specialty of this Flexi MoU. The second thing is it underwent a lot of revisions. Latest revision in the guidelines we have done in 2024, and which is being presently implemented, and the various industry partners are made MOUs with us and running beautiful programs under this scheme.
Wonderful, sir. So this scheme really sounds like it benefits many. So what are few particular benefits that you say that it has for the ITI trainees or the students or even the industry?
So we can say it is like a win-win situation for both the industries as well as to the trainees.
True.
See how the industries can benefit is that, see whatever they are searching for that skill gap, that requirement, the requisite skill requirement, this thing,
Correct.
that they can create themselves as per their demand. They can have their own curricula. They need not to follow the already specified, government specified ITI trades. They need not to follow that curriculum. They can have or create their own curriculum as per their requirement, and they can conduct and engage the trainees. So this is the major attraction for them. And for the trainees, they need not, after completion of the regular ITI other places, they need not seek any other place for employment. The industry where they undergo the training, there itself, they can get the employment. So that is the beauty of this scheme, wherein both industries as well as the trainees can get the benefit.
So if an industry wants to benefit from this, so now newly they want to get into it. So what are the eligibility criteria, sir, for an industry to participate in this scheme?
See, we have one affiliation methodology to engage the various training providers to run an ITI. But in this case, since industries we are going to assign that training activity, certain criteria have been made in the guidelines. As per that, any industry, which might be a private limited company, public limited company, all these industries whose annual turnover is more than 100 crores and whose balance is in the positive for past 3 years, they are all eligible to become as an industrial training partner. See, even we are allowed for the medium enterprises, medium level industries who come under MSME ministry, they can also become as an ITP to give this skill training. So their condition is little different. Their total annual turnover should not go beyond 250. So we are allowing any medium industries whose turnover is less than 250, they can become as an industry partner. And even we are allowing for startups. Any startup company, now here we are not talking about 100 crores or 250 and all. Even startups with only 50 crore turnover annually. So they can also function as an industrial training provider. Apart from that, we have skill universities. Even the skill universities are also allowed to function as or have industry alignment with them and conduct a skill program in their ITPs. These are all the minimum criteria about the industries.
Sir, so you were telling about the industry doesn't have to stick to the ITI curriculum. So are there any rules for the curriculum that they have to develop or that they're going to develop under this scheme?
Right.
Yeah.
See, there should not be any disparity between the curricula which is being followed in the ITIs. So it should not differ from other ITI. And the ITPs also should have same standards. So what has been proposed is that whenever an industry creates or develops a curriculum, we have one national skills qualification framework where all the ITI trades are also aligned with it with definite levels. Similarly, whenever an industry is creating the curricula, they have to get the approval of National Council for Vocational Education and Training, NCVT, to have that NSQF compliance, so that it can be on par between these ITPs and ITIs. So this is one of the criteria we have put in. So the same standards shall be maintained across ITI as well as the ITPs.
Yeah, I hope all our industries who are watching this, they'll really benefit from each and every point that you're telling now. It's really useful for them also. Okay, sir, so what would you say is the role of DGT in this flagship, sir?
See, DGT, as we know, it is a policy making body. We regularly conduct studies. Based on that, wherever some tweaking is required in the guidelines, that is being done. And the industries makes the MoU only with the DGT. So I can say DGT is the main partner.
Correct.
And if not directly by the DGT, under DGT we have Regional Directorate of Skill Development Entrepreneurship offices across 22 such RDSD offices are present across the different states of our country. So they shall be actually having MoU signing on behalf of DGT.
Okay, sir. Sir, so what would you say is the typical duration of the Flexi MoU agreement, and when can it be initiated or terminated?
See, the MoU, as per the new guidelines, it is valid for 10 years. And whenever they go for extension, it might be for another 5 years. So this is the arrangement what is being done. And otherwise, whenever some revisions and other things are required, they can always approach DGT, either for dropping the trades which they have preferred, or they wanted to have some changes. Those things are applicable at any time. So the validity of the MoU is 10 years.
Okay, 10 years, so it is.
And once the proposals are being submitted to DGT, within 3 months they should be in a position to start the program.
Okay.
So otherwise they should not just sign and keep quiet.
Correct.
They have to initiate with other activities, aligned activities.
Wonderful, sir. So how would you say that this scheme is promoted or popularized, the Flexi MoU scheme?
Yeah, see, the main role of our RDSDs is to give advocacy of it. We are in regular touch with state directorates also, and we do a lot of workshops. Not only for this, I can say, under apprenticeship program, we do conduct a lot of awareness programs. And there are industry consultations meetings are also being held. Wherever such opportunities are there, we just highlight about this Flexi MoU scheme, which is being taken care of by RDSDs and DGT.
I'm sure this video also will be another advocacy for this scheme. Good. So, sir, can you briefly tell us about the fee structure or the admission process to get into this, sir?
See, admission process, since we named it as a Flexi MoU, we have given full flexibility to the industries.
Okay.
They can, not like our government specified trade entry qualifications and all, they can have their own methodologies for admission. Entry level qualifications also, they may decide on their own. Only thing they have to see to that, once if they complete that course, if they are being employed or placed, they should meet the minimum government requirement of that entry age. It is not that some 9-year-old boy is being given training and is engaged in that industry. It should not happen. So that is the main thing. Otherwise, they can have their own entry qualification, admission process. Fee also they can determine on their own, depending on their infra.
Okay, sir. So what would you say is how does this Flexi MoU support placement also for the trainees?
Yeah, it's a very good point. Actually, wherever now we normally focus on placement also, only placement. Otherwise, it is meaningless. Simply do something and if you have been left in lurch and nothing happens. So we are not supporting the economic growth of our country. So placement is the main criteria to be looked in. So what you have proposed in our guidelines of this Flexi MoU is that we have made one mandatory component that whenever an industry comes forward and do this or becomes as an ITP, industrial training partner, after the completion of this program, they have to mandatorily engage at least 50% of the candidates whom they have trained. So I can say that 50% will definitely get employed there. So that is the main attraction. Other things, since they have been brought up in the industry environment, there may not be much difficulty in having engagement with other industries also. I can say wherever now we have come across this Flexi MoU placements, almost I can say it is 100% as of date.
Oh, awesome.
The other things, it need not be only the regular appointments which is to be given. We have accommodated like other components like the pass outs from these ITPs might be engaged as apprentices as a contract staff. All these are also shall be counted as employment or placement under this scheme, so that easily the industries can achieve that 50% mandatory criteria.
Correct. And even they'll get an experience once they completed it, that they are placed somewhere. That
Yes, definitely.
They can get
that surety is there.
Correct. Yeah. Awesome, sir. So with from when this was launched till now, how many ITIs would you say are benefited, or how many trainees are benefited from this, would you say, sir?
So it might be as of now more than around 25,000, we have to say.
Wow.
Because we are now in the process of roping in more and more industries.
Okay.
Due to lack of advocacy, it was not happening. Now I think today is another opportunity, so that through this podcast we can reach many other industries.
Yes.
Slowly the players are getting in. Last month also we have roped in Bajaj Auto, who were operating from Maharashtra and Uttarakhand. These two location industries have partnered with us as ITPs, and we are in regular touch with the other industries, are also inspiring them to take this MOU scheme.
Okay, that's great, sir. So then at the end, many people are going to end up benefiting from this Flexi MoU scheme, which is wonderful, sir. So coming to our last question, I wanted to ask, many women are working in different organizations. They are studying in many ITI institutions and all. So do you think they're also taking and making complete use of this Flexi MoU scheme, or how can they benefit from it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a very, you are talking about inclusivity.
Yeah.
I shall give one small example and then I'll wind up this thing. See, recently I had been to Toyota at Bangalore, who had also partnered with us under this Flexi MoU scheme. Actually, at the present, this year, there is an enrollment of 1,200 trainees under this, at only one particular place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you see, out of this 1,200 trainees, 600 are the male candidates.
Okay.
Equally, the other 600 are the female trainees.
That answers it.
In the vocational education, where a normal guy also unwilling to get into this stream,
Correct.
you can wonder how female trainees of same equality
Correct.
are getting into this and benefited.
Yeah. So it's like they also understand the meaning of it.
Yes. Awesome. So now there is no disparity, and there are some various industries are there who give preference to female candidates, even in hardcore domain, or I can say in the manufacturing sector. Yeah. People think women are best suited for service sector. It is not so. Time have changed. I have a lot of link with industries who take or engage the women candidates on first priority rather than the male candidates.
Okay, that's wonderful, sir. So actually we have come to the end of our episode, and I have to say that this was very smooth, and I think you delivered all the important points about the Flexi MoU. Whether this new person is watching it, if they don't even know about Flexi MoU, also with this they can get to know a lot about it. So thank you very much once again for making time and coming to our podcast, sir. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.